Director Shawn Levy, in a recent interview with Comic Book, promised that Real Steel 2 will have Hugh Jackman and Ryan Reynolds. Hugh and I definitely are we've never stopped feeling the love for Real Steel, and it's almost like the volume has been increasing. Hugh and I were together literally last week talking about that, so I would never say never on that, a sequel for Real Steel. Additionally, I'm friends with Ryan, I will get them together. Whether it's in Real Steel or another movie, I will direct those two amazing guys and dear friends in a movie together. Hugh Jackman is globally renowned primarily for his role as Wolverine, but Real Steel is considered one of the most underrated works in his career. Although the film didn't initially receive widespread acclaim, interest in it hasn't waned even 12 years after its release. Shawn Levy doesn't miss an opportunity to mention the sequel. Currently, he is working with Jackman on the third Deadpool, which has sparked discussions about a follow-up to Real Steel. The first movie of 2011 offered a fresh perspective on sports dramas by blending the genre with futuristic sci-fi. The story revolves around Charlie, a former boxer who finds a new calling in robo-boxes after traditional sports lose their popularity. The action is set in the year 2020. Additionally, the movie effectively explores Charlie's relationship with his son Max, whom he hasn't seen since birth. Real Steel left a lasting impression on audiences thanks to its touching story, excellent performances by the actors, and impressive robo-fights. The movie even received an Academy Award nomination in the Best Visual Effects category. Despite this, the project received mixed reviews from critics and didn't achieve significant commercial success. While its overall worldwide earnings of $299 million can be considered successful, Disney had hoped for higher results, which influenced the decision to produce a sequel. Gradually, Real Steel did gain the recognition it deserved among viewers and even get own fan base. 3 years ago, movie became available on Netflix and immediately entered the top 10 most watched list. Fans continue to show interest in the project and still flood social media with demands for Disney to make a sequel. In the end, this led to results. At the beginning of last year, many reputable sources like Deadline started reporting that Disney Plus had initiated the production of a series based on Real Steel. It was noted that the announced project would serve as a kind of sequel to the original movie, but it wouldn't feature the main characters and Hugh Jackman wouldn't be returning to his role. It's understandable that the studio decided to create a spin-off, which is pretty cool as well, given that the world of Real Steel is quite extensive, offering the opportunity to tell stories about other robots and characters. There was also information that Shawn Levy himself would serve as an executive producer, but this hadn't been confirmed. Shawn has mentioned on several occasions that a full-length sequel has always been part of his plans. He even shared details about the plot of the future project in one of his previous interviews. According to the director, in the sequel, viewers will witness the aftermath of the Atom's battle with Zeus and the development of the storyline related to Max, Charlie's son. The sequel would place significant emphasis on the underground roboboxing clubs and the World League. In Real Steel 2, a significant emphasis would be placed on Atom's origin. Viewers would be shown who, when, and how he was created, even delving into his inner workings. Shawn Levy mentioned that Charlie was supposed to meet Atom's creator, and this storyline would serve as the foundation of the sequel. According to the director, the first film received excellent results during test screenings and had a positive audience response. This prompted them to begin work on the sequel practically immediately. Production started just 6 months before the premiere of the first part, but the project's status remained stagnant. However, during the development process, Shawn realized that creating a sequel that wouldn't be just a copy of the original story was a significant creative and technical challenge. Collaborating with Hugh Jackman and Steven Spielberg, who served as a producer on the original movie, Shawn considered screenplays from different writers. However, none of them satisfied all three of them. The director also expressed interest in exploring the origin of Atom and suggested inspiration from Richard Matheson Steele. In a sequel, creators might want to develop the idea of Atom's intelligence, which opens up intriguing possibilities for plot twists. This could imply that Atom is not an ordinary robot with a control program, but possesses his own mind and may even become a full-fledged character. The creators had some concepts reserved for Real Steel 2 that didn't make it into the first movie. Initially, there were 3 versions of the script. In the first draft, Atom was portrayed as fully minded. In the second, he was just a battle robot. The third version left this question open. As you may have understood, Shawn Levy chose the last option, believing it would give the film a particular charm. In a sequel, they may explore the idea of Atom's own intelligence. This storyline could also be addressed in the series. However, it's still unclear whether the show will be a direct continuation of the first movie or will tell an entirely different story with new characters. Nevertheless, it represents an interesting expansion of the Real Steel universe. Overall, fans certainly won't be left without projects, and they may even hope for Hugh Jackman's epic comeback provided the show performs exceptionally on Disney Plus. I've often often mentioned that Hollywood is all about business. If a project is making good money, a sequel is just a matter of time. The same goes for Real Steel 2. I believe the series is a kind of test by the studio to gauge the audience's interest in the franchise. Rest assured, if the show tops the viewing and rating charts, you can expect Jackman to return. After all, he has expressed his desire to reprise the role of Charlie multiple times, acknowledging how much he loves this story. Even Anthony Mackie has shown interest in Real Steel 2. He stays in touch with Shawn Levy and regularly inquires about the project's status. He even has a few ideas for the sequel's plot, and he would like the franchise to become extensive. Much like the Fast and Furious series, the actor would like to explore the world of underground boxing since his character is closely connected to that environment and owns an arena. Evangeline Lilly is also open to appearing in the sequel. Real Steel holds special significance for her, and the project even helped her maintain acting career. She even wrote another version of the plot when she heard about script issues, showing her full readiness and desire to return. Thus, the key cast members from the original movie have expressed significant interest in the sequel, and their return could generate additional hype for the fans. Nonetheless, the involvement of new faces seems to be an important thing. In August of last year, Shawn Levy explicitly stated that besides Hugh Jackman, he would like to see Ryan Reynolds in Real Steel 2. Shawn and Ryan have collaborated on several projects before, and this trio is currently working on the third Deadpool, so the production of the second Real Steel won't start anytime soon. However, the project already has multiple screenplays, a devoted fan base, the main cast, and even a potential director. So, if the Disney Plus series succeeds, you can be sure that the pairing of Hugh and Ryan will become even more popular, increasing their chances of participating in new projects together. A Real Steel sequel with Jackman and Reynolds in the lead roles would certainly be a potential global hit, promising significant box office returns and delighting both new viewers and longtime fans of the franchise. Real Steel is one of those movies that left an incredible impression on me. It's an amazing blend of fiction and drama that absolutely deserves a sequel. First and foremost, the plot left numerous questions and unexplored moments. Secondly, the characters were so engaging that we want to see how their stories develop. The relationship between Charlie and his son Max, their connection with Adam, and the dynamics between them all create incredible storylines for a sequel. Thirdly, the robo-fights in the movie were simply incredible. Every round was so gripping that we absolutely need to see more breathtaking showdowns. And of course, Real Steel was technically outstanding, and I'm sure a sequel could exceed our all expectations. In addition to the unresolved questions from the first film, the relationship between Charlie, Max, and Adam was a central and heartwarming aspect of the story. It would be wonderful to see how their bonds have evolved and how they navigate new challenges in the world of robo-boxing. I share your excitement about the creative potential of a Real Steel sequel. The advancements in filmmaking technology since the release of the original film could lead to even more visually stunning and immersive experiences for the audience. All in all, a Real Steel 2 is a tantalizing prospect that has the potential to be a major hit and satisfy the cravings of both devoted fans and lovers of cinema. Here's hoping that the authors hear our collective enthusiasm and deliver a worthy continuation of this fantastic universe. Subscribe.